For people who might not fully appreciate just how impactful Charlie Kirk was in the United States, just help us here in Australia understand exactly who has been lost and what has been lost with his assassination.
Well, not only was Charlie Kirk, of course, first and foremost, a human and a father and a husband, but he built, honestly, whether you agree with them or not, one of the most successful political organizing groups in America, Turning Point USA. This multi million dollar group that has chapters on almost every college campus, that does massive events, and it made him sort of a guru for young people. He also was a social media genius. When you talk to young people who are maybe under 25 or under 30, and where do they get their right of center perspectives? From Charlie Kirk, from his massive viral TikTok videos and YouTube clips and podcasts. So he was ahead of his time in the conservative media landscape, and he left that lasting imprint. I mean, the people, particularly online, who are just shocked and heartbroken right now, a lot of them are very young because his demographic of people that he influenced pretty profoundly actually was a very young one. So that means he'll have an impact for decades and decades to come.
Police are still searching for the killer. What can you tell us as to where that is at?
Well, frankly, it's been a bit of a mess. They have arrested and released multiple suspects, so you can assume that that means that that's uh, they arrested the wrong person, and they've put out some updates prematurely that they probably should have sat on. I think, frankly, this is what's happening is people are getting ahead of their skis because everybody wants to find the evil monster that did this. And I have to hope and pray that they will. I mean, in this current age, how somebody could get away with this when we have footage, we have cameras everywhere. But as of the last reports that I've seen, the suspect remains at large. It's quite early in the morning here, so it's possible something's changed in the last few hours while I was asleep. But we're all rooting for this person to be brought to justice. Mainstream political leaders here from the Democratic Party, of course, the Republican Party, are all speaking in one voice on this. This is unacceptable. This is not America. This is not who we are.
Let me play you a little bit of what President Donald Trump had to say when he addressed the nation a little earlier. Have a listen.
I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country.
Brad, this one's kind of personal for Donald Trump because he and Charlie Kirk were actually quite close.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they had a very close relationship. Charlie was been a close supporter of Trump for many, many years. And I mean, I'm sure he's as shocked as anyone by this. No one saw this coming. I mean, political violence has been a problem in the US in recent years, but it's largely focused on people in power, political officials, for example. The idea of going after a political commentator whose only crime is speaking his mind about this country is so anathema to everything we believe in America, every value our country was founded on, that it's a shocking and horrible thing. And you can tell Trump's rattled up by it, and rightfully so, honestly. And he's right that the temperature needs to come down on the rhetoric in American politics. We've got to stop calling everyone who disagrees with us. If you're on the left, everyone's a Nazi, everyone's a racist, bigot, sexist, whatever. On the right, if everyone on the left hates America, is evil, is going to destroy the country, we've all got to calm down the rhetoric and stop the alarmism and remember to see the common humanity between our fellow citizens, because that's what brings us together.
Absolutely. You're totally right. Brad Palumbo, I appreciate you coming on the program. I know it's very early there. Thanks for your time.